Welcome to THS Wrestling. We just watched AEW Double or Nothing, and holy crap, what a show. Facebook.com/THS Wrestling News. And I believe, what else are we? We're on YouTube now.
YouTube. You're on YouTube streaming now.
Just go to that hashtag show page, and you can find us on there as well. Instagram.com/THS.wrestling. We need the chat filled with your thoughts on AEW Dynamite because it just ended about 10 minutes ago, and I'm still processing what I just saw. Matthew already in the chat. What's up, man? Oh my God, that was the most fun I've had watching a wrestling show in a long time. So let's just get started. I overall thoughts. Let's go with overall thoughts. Me personally, this was a very good show, but every match felt like it went too long. Just a little bit too long. That's not to say I didn't like the matches. I thought the matches were good to great, but I was like, wow, this is a really long match. I would love to. I'm going to bring up the time of each match, but what are you guys thinking here?
I think the ladder match should have been at least half the time it was. I get the Brian Cage reveal, but yeah, I just thought I agree with you. I think the match was a little bit too long, which made which took as amazing as we get to the main event.
Right.
It took a little bit of luster from the main event because I feel like they gave each match 30 minutes and each match didn't deserve 30 minutes. Not saying each match was bad. It just didn't deserve it. But overall, it was a pretty damn good pay-per-view.
I'll tell you right now, there were only 2 matches that were under 10 minutes. And after that, there were no matches that were under 15 minutes. Everything got the time. It was ridiculous.
Everything got the time, but the TNT belt.
We'll get to that in a second.
For me, low key, as I was watching this felt like the feel good show in a way because they kept bringing up like the things happening in the world and everything like that. They kept talking about how this is a sad week for wrestling, everything like that. And for me, this kind of gave me like rememberings of like when Kurt Angle won the belt recently, like after 9/11 or whatnot. It was like a very like feel good moment type show. It was like everybody's gonna leave here like feeling good type deal. And honestly, shit, they did a good job. Like especially after that last match, I was just like the whole time I was like, what the fuck, what? I can't believe you did that. And I was like, again, Logic just left the building. There was never a time where I was like, go for the pin. I'm like, fuck the pin, keep it going. So like I was just all on board for this. And honestly, like I agree with you guys. There were some moments like some matches went on. Like I was texting back and forth, producer Junior. He sent me like 4 texts, and he was like, "You fell asleep, didn't you?" And I was like, "Shit, I did doze off there for a minute. I'm sorry." Like it's like some of these matches, I was kind of like, "Oh, this is dope." Other ones, I was like, "We need to wrap this shit up. We got to go." So yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Wrap it up, B.
Exactly.
Wrap it up, B. That's how I felt.
Oh man, but I mean, I guess the pre-show, if we're just going to go through the card, I mean, we on this show have talked a lot of shit about Private Party, and I actually
a lot of criticism, good criticism.
That's probably better put that way. I don't know what it was about this match, but I went, you know what? I think I missed the Private Party. This was a pretty good match. I don't know if either one of you saw it. It was, before bell time. They looked pretty good, and Best Friends did end up winning, which they should because they've been there every week. That would have been a whole different story. But they looked pretty good, and I mean, they played the heels in this match, and let's get some more of that. Let's get more of that from them. But
Private Party played the heels?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was very subtle. They were more cocky than they were heelish, I would say.
Which that's
a lot of dusting the shoulders off. It was good. It was good stuff.
That's what their gimmick should be. I mean, it should be cocky. Like it's a private party that you're not allowed to get into. That's the most cockiest shit ever. So therefore, your gimmick and your attitude should be cocky, and your work should be cocky in a ring. Damn it, I'm happy for him.
I agree.
Oh, go ahead.
Like, no, I totally agree. Because anybody was like, how are you doing that? How are you doing that? How is he doing that?
I don't know, man. It's
man.
the magic of whatever's happening.
I guess so.
It's the ghost of Banks. What can I say?
Motherfucker. He's drinking Banks in a bottle. But no, like I agree with Easton. Like honestly, that should be their thing because like it's the perfect way to get them actually over. Kind of like The Rock. You start off cocky and a dick, but then you come full circle. And the thing about this is that you look at rappers. Rappers are all built upon like confidence and just pretty much like I remember one comedian said he doesn't go to Migos shows because there's just 3 motherfuckers standing on stage bragging how they're richer than you. And it's like that's a valid fucking point. But again, with Private Party, they should be doing the exact same thing. They should be braggadocious and be cocky. So I'm happy to hear they're doing that.
That's a very valid point, by the way. Yes,
yeah, absolutely. What up, Paul? I believe you're on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Let us know how you enjoyed AEW Double or Nothing. I will also say, just before we move on, a nice little tribute to Crime Time by the Private Party. They did do the G9 finisher, which I thought was very cool. We'll get to. We're gonna talk, I think, at length about Shad and Hana tomorrow. So we will get to that. Don't worry, we're not just glossing over that. But anyway, let us move on to this ladder match, which had some weird rules. Every 2 minutes, a new person came in. What did you guys think of this?
I thought the Money in the Bank Royal Rumble match was pretty dope. It was an interesting. It was an interesting aspect to it. They had the 2 people. I mean, they started off with SCU, and then you had 2 people come in you had a person come in every 2 minutes. I think going against having a chip up there was weird because are they going to carry a chip like around? Is this big poker chip? Like I'm going to cash this in to get my title shot. All in. I'm all in. But I think it was. I thought the match was good. Man, Darby Allin just took some horrific bumps, man.
Why?
Trying to tie.
Why? Man. I like same thing. I agree. Like when I saw that giant chip, I was like, "The fuck you gonna do with that?" It just looked kind of awkward. I would have liked a bag of chips, so that way when you do cash, it's like I'm cashing in my chips. Like, oh, okay, I'm going all in. Like something a little bit more like, and plus you can hit people with a bag of chips, which makes it like fun as well. Honestly, fucking Orange Cassidy coming out, I was like, "How do I win this match?" I was like, "Yes,
that was great."
Orange Cassidy.
And I love Caliber saying, Tony told you like 2,000 times how you win this match. Which
John, I kid you not. When he said that, I immediately thought of you. Like, it sounded like you get upset with Orange Cassidy. I was dying right there.
I mean, the 2 minutes, I think, could have been lesser, maybe a minute. Because it felt like we were just waiting, and that prolonged the match by so long because we were just waiting for people to come out.
That's 16 minutes. That's 60 minutes right there.
Yeah, that's a lot less.
And there's some useless spots in there too, though, that didn't need to go on. Like that first Darby Allin thing, where he's coming off the skateboard into the ladder. I'm like, there's no reason for you to do that. One, you're not hitting anybody. 2, it looks like you can legit get injured if that shit like goes right in a couple different areas. I'm like, I don't need to see that spot, especially if you're just planning on missing anyway. So yeah, they could have like cut this shorter and cut out some of those spots to make this go a little bit quicker.
What did we think of competitor number 9 being Brian Cage with Taz?
I thought the Taz thing, the storytelling that they were doing with Taz and Darby Allin and now having Brian Cage come out, I love the way they tied that together. Because like, okay, fine, you don't want me to coach you, I'm gonna find somebody who I can coach and it's gonna beat your ass, and it comes out as Brian Cage. Now, I remember it's rumored that Brian Cage signed with them months ago. Right. Like at least 2 months ago. Yeah. I don't know, man. I felt like it wasn't a big, oh my God, it's Brian Cage. I felt like they didn't make it like, oh my God, it's Brian Cage. Right. I just felt like it was like, oh, that's Brian Cage. He's been here a while.
I think he has been recovering from, I think, a tricep tear or a pectoral tear. I'm not really sure. I will say I am not a fan of here's the catchphrase and then music happens. The only time I am a fan of that is if you smell what The Rock is cooking. That's the only time it's good.
Because that's the best. I mean, come on.
And then they went, everyone loves this. Let's put everyone's. Do you remember WWE when they did that? They just put everyone's catchphrase before it. I hate that shit.
I mean, they should have. You could bank on it.
Motherfuck. And low-key, one of them do one of the only one of the works I can think of. You think you know me. You think you know me. It's like, oh, that does kind of work. But other than that, though, no, I agree with you.
So Brian Cage wins the match. And we've got some comments right here. Brian Cage doesn't need a coach or manager. How do we feel about that? Does he need Taz with him? Did they just sign? Because I love Taz. Did they sign Taz and then they're like, we can't keep him on commentary all the time, so let's give him something else to do?
I think, look, Taz is a great mouthpiece. It could be a great mouthpiece for anybody. John, you have a dog?
No, neighbors.
Oh, okay, that was it. I think he's a great mouthpiece. He should be used as such. I think he shouldn't be stuck behind the table. I just don't think Brian Cage needs a manager. You're not. That's very Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar-esque. Matter of fact, they said, like, what is that, a F5000? He like said that on thing.
Yes.
I was like, come on, guys. Like, I don't think Brian Cage needs that as well.
And then Mike says in the comments here, giving Cage a title shot right away kind of paints them into a corner.
It does. It feels weird because when I saw he won, I was like, really? Why does he win out of like all these other people, whatever? And then I agree because the thing about this, I love Taz, and Taz is an amazing mouthpiece. Like honestly, like I love when Taz was on commentary, and I think he does a very good job there. Plus, again, he's from that Paul Heyman school. So the thing about Izzo, again, I feel like he can be like somebody's like mouthpiece. But when I saw Brian Cage, it didn't paint me as somebody who needed like a mouthpiece. Again, I don't know much about him, but I'm like maybe somebody who's newer, who's greener, who could take under his wing. That could be kind of dope. But like I don't see the use for it right now. But I'm willing to give them the benefit of doubt and see what happens on Wednesday because the way they used Jake the Snake was like fucking brilliant. Yes. So I'm willing to like see how they will do with it on Wednesday when we get to see a little bit more.
Up next, we had MJF taking on Jungle Boy, and this match delivered. This match was a lot of fun. It showed that MJF is more than, I mean, a lot of us knew he was more than just a good promo or a great promo. He is a fantastic wrestler. I thought this match was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the limb work, and I enjoyed that it was kind of a flash pin situation with the arm locked. I really enjoyed that. What say you guys about MJF versus Jungle Boy?
I thought it was a good comeback match for him. Like, again, it was like you said, it was a fine match. And the thing about it is that, like, MJF getting the win makes sense because he's got that nice heel heat going behind him. So that I can go into other stuff. But at the end of this, Jungle Boy didn't look weak or anything like that. It was a good match. So, honestly, I felt he got the job done.
Man, look, these two are the future of AEW and the future of pro wrestling. The fact that you said the limb work and the way he worked the arm and then he tried to put the crossface on him and gate, I've never seen that. Nobody never stopped giving somebody a move because their limbs hurt too bad. And he tried to do it, and that's like, you know, he could have had him and he gave up because his arm hurt because MJF hurt his arm so bad. Like to me, that's next level, higher level main event thinking. And they're only 5 years in, as they repeated ad nauseum on commentary. But these wrestlers are the future, man. And that just showed like the mentality you have to get into pro wrestling now, period. Like you say AEW, WWE, that's the mentality you have to have now. And it's amazing.
Low key though, I agree with you because I was thinking about with Jungle Boy in this match and like remember who his dad is. I was like, shit, you don't need to wrestle. But the fact that you're here is like you want to wrestle. You got a passion for this. And I think that's what's going to help make him great and everything like that. So, dude's dope. I can't wait to see his future. Like, it is going to be between those two, Darby Allin, fucking the Spanish God. I'm like, damn, y'all got the future on lock right now. Like, the next 5 to 10 years for AEW is going to be sick.
Absolutely. We had, oh boy. Okay, guys. We had for the new TNT Championship,
yes,
Lance Archer versus Cody. This belt is okay. So here's the thing. earlier in the day, they did like the pre-show where someone was holding it in the case, and it kind of did the 24/7 thing where you could see the bottom of it before that was actually revealed. And I saw the red strap and I got excited because that's like the old television title that used to be an NWA. And then I saw these promo pictures with Mike Tyson holding the belt, and it looked like garbage. That's my first reaction to it. It doesn't look great. And I'm trying to pull up a picture of it so I can at least describe it to you guys a little better. Oh wow, that's a really nice high definition picture here. It looks like there's somebody's house on the side of it. It's really weird. And it has like a picture with trees on it, and the base of it looks pretty good, but I thought this was a complete belt. And this is what they were giving us. And then they made sure to tell us on commentary that this was not, it was not finished due to the coronavirus. And what do you guys think about that? I almost feel like, don't show me an incomplete belt.
That's exactly what I think. In one, if you knew that you were going to have this done, like, I don't know. I feel like, don't do it right now. Don't me. That's gonna be forever engraved in my head. That belt, it's gonna go. Remember that time they showed a half-done belt on their their second biggest show. That's gonna be in my head. So I just rather you not do it. I'm sorry. I was looking for the picture of that.
Oh,
there it is. Yes. Iron Mike.
Iron Mike. Oh, so
now
so
if you look at the center here, the TNT looks like it's just base, and they didn't. I need some diamonds in that shit, right?
Yeah. So it's gonna be the logo, like, and that legitly is the TNT logo.
Yes.
Like that's what that is. So I don't think it's gonna be diamonds because it's their secondary belt.
You think it'll be yellow?
It'll be like, well, they said it's supposed to be gold, right?
Yeah, they said they're going to add gold to it.
Well, you know what? I want to see what it's going to look like completed. I wonder if the backlash of it they'll just scrap this and completely do over. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But I don't show me an incomplete belt. That's ridiculous.
I mean, for me, it was ugly as sin. So I agree with y'all. When they said it was like because the sin situation happened, the belt couldn't get completed. And when I heard that, I was kind of like, all right, that makes sense. But then I was like, but wait, because I've saw documentaries about belts before, and there's like one guy who does like a lot of belt design or whatever. So that just made me start questioning, like, who the fuck are y'all getting this belt from? Because again, it's like that. So it just brought up more questions for me. So in a way, I kind of feel like this maybe has been fan backlash in a way. They're like, oh shit, we gotta change this belt. Say it was because of this, and so I don't know.
They can't get fan backlash that fast. It was like, oh my god!
It's like Cody's on Twitter, like, oh shit, change the belt, change the fucking belt. But again, I don't know. But honestly, like, I'm looking forward to see what the new belt looks like. Because again, like, hopefully they do scrap the whole thing and come up with something a little bit better. Because like, honestly, in my mind, I've been imagining a way better belt. Like, oh, the TNT belt. This shit might have like some dynamite on it, like explosions. Like, this shit could look badass. When I saw it, I was like,
it should look like this.
Should have Sasha Banks' face.
This should be the belt right here.
How is he doing that?
All right. So the match itself, what did we think of Cody versus Lance Archer? I thought, like every other match, it went a little too long. I thought it was good. I was surprised Cody won, and I will say the press slam right in front of the camera was perfectly shot.
That was my favorite part of the match. Was that you talked about over the corner turnbuckle?
Yes.
Camera goes up, comes down. Lance Archer's eye contact is straight in the camera.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was dope. Wow. That was dope. I'm gonna be real. I like this match for all the wrong reasons because Mike Tyson was fucking hilarious. From the moment he was walking out with the belt, and then comes out, choke slams the dude, and then they pair the mic.
Yeah,
I was like, this shit's amazing. And then during the actual match, they paired the mic. He's like, I was like, this is amazing. And it was like, so said, Mike, you're on camera. Get actor, like you like this. And then he started clapping. I was like, this shit's just amazing. Like Mike Tyson memes and gifs are going to be taken from this match so much so. Go ahead, John.
I read a tweet that said Tony Khan let Mike Tyson know after he yawned that he was his ticket home.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, after that though, the match was fine. Like it didn't like blow me away. Like that one spot we talked about was cool when he throws him over the camera. I was like, oh, that's just kind of badass. Right. And there was some cool physicality to it and everything like that. But it was cool. It wasn't like the end all be all for me. I expect we're going to get another rematch. There'll probably be like a street fight or something a little bit more physical, and we might see some blood and shit like that. But it was cool. It was fine.
Yeah, I mean, after this, we had 2 matches, which we're not going to get to because we're trying to keep this short. So we're not, it's late, y'all, and we just watched like a 17-hour pay-per-view. There's no
so
just to Penelope Ford, Chris Statlander, Sean Spears, or Dustin Rhodes. But we're going to move on to Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose for the AEW Women's World Championship. This might, if the main event had not happened, this would have been my favorite match of the night.
Yeah.
This shit was physical.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, this match was Hikaru Shida was, I thought she has been their best female wrestler in the company since she showed up, and tonight I feel like she proved it. Yeah. Just that, and I wanted her to take the title off of Rio for personally, but now she finally has it. I think now they can start deep diving into the women's division. Can really hopefully kick off with the feud between her and Brett Baker.
Wow.
So yeah. She said she'll be back soon. So I just think now we're going to look at, we have Britt Baker, we have Statlander, we have
even Penelope Ford.
Yeah, we know we're not talking about that match, but I'm still not sold on her.
Okay. That's fine.
But I think that it does give it a little. I think it does give her depth. Does give the division depth for sure. Penelope Ford. But I think you're top now. You're top tier. Kushida. Did I say Kushida?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Kushida.
Yeah. Cara Shida. I was like, did I say Kushida? Cara Shida, Brett, and Statlander. I think having those 3 plus you have a big strong. Man, I think now their women's division can really take off.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I like this match a lot. Before we got to the main event with the belt, I thought they had made the best use of the set work thus far, like destroying the chips and all this kind of shit. And I low-key, I love the fact they were destroying all those ring decorations and everything like that, and seeing them jump off the shit. Like, there was at one point where Sheeta jumped off the chip into Nyla Rose and everything like that, which was badass. So, damn. And then there's the point where I can't remember who's somebody's hanging on the rope, and then they come down with the knee on top of the rope and shit. I saw a lot of physicality. I saw a lot of physicality here that I haven't seen in a long time from a women's match, and it was refreshing and dope as so to see. And so, no, I agree. I'm excited for the future of this, and also I love the fact they did that backward segment cut to Britt Baker's doctor, and they were like, Britt Baker suffered this injury, and to be honest, she's been a total pain. And what he said is, oh shit, she's been a pain. Oh, that means it might not be that bad. And so this is giving me hope that she may be back sooner than we thought, because at first we were like, oh, ACL, she might be gone for a year. But if he's talking about she's a pain in the ass and blah, blah, I'm like, oh, okay. A few weeks, hopefully she'll be back on here. So I'm looking forward to everything's going to be coming up soon.
Up next, we had for the AEW World Heavyweight title, Jon Moxley defending against the Exalted One, Mr. Brodie Lee. And I think Brodie Lee showed that he at the world that he can go.
Honestly, man, I haven't been sold on Brodie Lee since he's been in AEW. I was a huge Luke Harper fan. But him being in AEW, I felt like maybe he was trying to get his wings under him, his legs under him, whatever the case may be. He's trying to get his footing right just to get the lay of the land. But, man, this match did show he could go. And when I tell you that finish, by God, that, it's rare nowadays. And I'm like, was that supposed to happen or not?
Right.
Because you didn't see the setup for it. I know I was just like, when is this going to end? And that kind of just came out of nowhere. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. That was interesting. So, yeah, man, kudos to them. They both went at it. I'm waiting to see who's waiting next. Because I'm like, well, who's next for Moxley? But I guess you have Brian Cage next.
You have Brian Cage, yes.
I gotta be real. Like, I was a little bit torn about this because, like, the fact that it was happening so soon with Lee, because he's the leader of the Dark Order or whatever. So going into this match, watching it, and again, I love the match. The match itself was like, it was physical. They were throwing each other around. I love the spots. The storytelling was dope off the chain. It was an intense, like almost like blood feud level match. But watching, I was like, this thing could go either way. If this motherfucker wins, he's Serpentor. If he loses, he's Cobra Commander. Like, the thing about it is, though, he's leading this organization and whatnot, and I need him, like, again, to come out kind of dominant. At the end, when he lost, I was like, all right, this motherfucker's Cobra Commander. But then, again, like I said earlier, again, about, like, this is kind of like the feel-good pay-per-view or whatever. I was like, you know what? I'm willing to let this slide because I feel like you guys are going for a tone here or whatever, and I'm hoping you guys can figure out something to do with him. So, again, hopefully he's not Cobra Commander. Hopefully he will be that Serpentor, that badass motherfucker, like, taking people down. So, but again, like you guys said, this match proved he can go and show that he's a main eventer, and shit was dope. So props to him, and I'm happy he got his time to shine on the stage. I am a little bit disappointed that like I thought this might continue, but like we said, we saw who won the chip, so now that person is going to do the challenge.
I will say one thing before we move on to the main event. Jon Moxley, if you keep doing Minoru Suzuki's moves, he will come for you. And that is not a joke. He will come for you in this case. It will happen. Moving on to this main event, this Stadium Stampede, the Elites versus the Inner Circle. This match was amazing. I think cinematic wrestling, when it's done right, is great, and this was done right, I felt. I loved everything about this match. I don't even know where to begin.
I got a question. What segment or who is your standout for this match?
Santana and Ortiz and Matt Hardy.
Yeah, same.
Santana and Ortiz proved a lot of things in this match. They can do comedy and they can do serious stuff. There's a reason why they're in Jericho's group, and I think they proved it a little more tonight. I about died when they were doing the pool, and at the end they just walk away, and I think Ortiz goes, "Yeah, baby, he's dead." Away. And I thought it was so funny, and that whole they stuck with that segment for a while,
and it was so good.
Yes.
Like, low-key, like, there's a lot of things I loved about that segment. Like, first off, when they throw, like, the powder in his face, I don't know about y'all, but I fucking miss Freedom Powder. I wish someone would bring that shit back. So when the family throws his face, like, oh, I was just clapping, like, yes, Freedom Powder. And then when they're fighting in the water, and Santana's like, get in. Ortiz like, I can't swim. Get in here, pendejo. And he starts taking the ladder to get down. I was like, this shit is comedy genius. This is fucking brilliant. And then, of course, the segment that everybody's going to be talking about on the internet, when they start drowning him, and then we get the different versions of fucking Matt Hardy, and version 1.0 comes up, and I love the fact when they go underwater, and he's doing this, and then the Mad Facts pop. I was like, it's the Mad Facts! It's the Mad Facts! I was just, oh my gosh. I was fanboying out the whole time. Like, I just thought this was so brilliant. It was so dope. It was so much fun. The way Hardy took both of them out, taping one to the wheelchair, and then Ortiz is willing the wheelchair, still talking shit and everything like that. Throwing the other one in the cooler, be like, this will help you with your inflammation. I was like, brilliant. Kudos. Like, this was a short film. This is great.
Yes, absolutely. Is there anything else we want to? I mean, Sammy Guevara again.
That was mine. Sammy Guevara was a standout, man. That doing the suplexes taking the suplexes on turf from the whole field to the running, and then also just being the booking of the match. Like, he closed out. He got chased. He got chased
times.
Yeah, he got chased multiple times, and then he was the exclamation point of the match, and it was fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yep. Props to Hangman as well, because that bar scene was like a fucking movie. Hangman goes into the bar over there drinking. It was like, you here for a drink or for a fight? I was like, it's so cinematic. And then they just like go into it. The shit was hilarious. I love the way it ended too with the milk and the whiskey. Cheers. I was like, this is fun. This is dope.
It was a lot of fun. Excalibur also got a PWG reference or two in there, so that was great for me as well. And the challenge flag by Jericho was great.
Yes.
Them going into the fucking tent. Oh, so good. So good.
such a fun show overall. I mean, our only complaint is maybe some of the matches were a little long, but overall, it was a good show. And speaking of not going long, we're going to get out of here. You can find us all on our social medias right here. Keep the comments going. We want to know. We'll be back tomorrow, and maybe we'll read some of the comments that we didn't get to read tonight. Maybe we'll talk about it a little more. But thank you guys for watching this, and we hope you enjoyed AEW Double or Nothing. Facebook.com/THS Wrestling News. Go to YouTube, check out that hashtag show's channel on there. Instagram.com/THS.wrestling. And most importantly, that hashtag show.com for everything trending in geek
pop
culture.
We out.
See you guys tomorrow.